We are back with another episode of Full Quarter Talk Podcast. I'm Josh Bohoki, joined by.
Matas Baranauskas.
We're back with another weekly edition of this podcast, continuing to cover the NBA ball as we go closer and closer into the playoffs. And this episode will be highlighting the playoff race, which keeps intensifying, keeps changing up. So that will be what pretty much the majority of our podcast is covering. But we're gonna start with something a little different. The Timberwolves. This kind of came out of nowhere. For the last couple of years, I just assumed that, oh yeah, A-Rod and I can't remember. I can't remember who the other guy is, but A-Rod, the former legend in baseball, I thought that he'd secured ownership of the Timberwolves, and it looked like, okay, a cloud had been lifted over the franchise, new things coming. Looked like they were heading towards a little bit of a rebrand as well. That's what I saw fans speculating in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, they've been back and forth with OKC and the Nuggets for first seed all year. It's finally feeling like on the basketball side, I think pieces are coming together, and it looks like Glenn Glenn had a bit of seller's remorse. That is just real nasty work. I can't lie. That's real nasty work. I mean, you give your thoughts. I'm just gonna try to find that tweet I saw from A-Rod, but yeah,
I
it's
feel
crazy.
like he just saw that, oh yeah, Timberwolves are playing well, so price is going up of the Timberwolves. So like he probably knows that Timberwolves are gonna be good now for at least a good few years, and price will be going up. So it's like, why I should cash out now when like I can wait and price will I can sell it for more. But like one thing is that we probably all know that the Garnett's jersey are not getting retired now
Yeah,
because he stays, and that's like I
it's
feel like as
sad.
a Timberwolves
Yeah.
for Timberwolves fans, it must be annoying because like he's the best player of the franchise, and it's like
And you could see, sorry,
He spent less time in Celtics, and they already retired his jersey. Where like Timberwolves is like, it's still
yeah,
not
everyone
up there.
thinks of him as a Celtic, even though that was where he spent most of his career. And also, you could see that as the sale was seemingly going through, that KG in the last couple of seasons has been embracing the Timberwolves a lot more. You see him talk about Anthony Edwards a lot. You see him a lot more engaged because he was probably thinking, okay, like it's being sold now. I can kind of re-ingratiate myself with the franchise, and then this happens. Like it's terrible. But this was the official statement from Matt Law and Alex Rodriguez. So he said, "We are disappointed with Glenn Taylor's public statement today. We have fulfilled our obligations, have all necessary funding, and are fully committed to closing our purchase of the team as soon as the NBA completes its approval process. Glenn Taylor's statement is an unfortunate case of seller's remorse that is short-sighted and disruptive to the team and the fans during a historic winning season. So really, it's just terrible business. Like you agreed to the sale. I think I saw another part of the story where they said that she was like, yeah, no, I believe in the old-fashioned way of doing business. We just shake hands and you know what I mean? He just weasels his way out of it. Uh, this is really nasty work, man. Like you agreed to it, and now you're backing out because you see, oh yeah, the team's good now. But yeah, I
I
can't
can't want to
think he's
see
going.
what Garnett has to say because
Yeah, I want to see that.
100% Paul Pay is gonna bring that up to KG, and I think
Yeah,
he'll go off. So I can't wait for that
yeah.
one.
I want it. I need it. I'll be ready for it. But literally, like, uh, that's the thing. It's crazy because a poverty franchise, it goes deeper than like how many games you win. Like, even when they're great, you still have that BS going on upstairs. Like,
Yeah.
that's just how it is. You just can't get rid of that stink. Uh, yeah, I just hate it. It sucks when owners, when they get in the way of their own success. Because a team, no matter what they because you see this in different sports sometimes where owners try to make themselves kind of you saw the Knicks suffered with it quite a lot before.
Yep.
Dolan would just get involved in all personnel and he knows nothing about because these owners, they're very successful in whatever they do, so they by default think I'm an expert in every topic and every area of business. So I'm not gonna listen to this guy that makes less money than me tell me how to run my team. And they just get in the way of everything. So yeah, it's sad. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure if it. I mean, actually, to be fair, he released a statement saying the team is not for sale. So
Yeah.
I guess,
Like
but
Shams tweeted this, yeah, so not for
yeah,
sale.
it's done. It's done. Which is it's sad from a basketball fan's perspective because it's nice to see different teams. It's nice when I look at the standards. I'm like, this is like a different complexion of the league, and it shows that the league is strong enough that it doesn't need. It's not LeBron, Steph, KD, and bust. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But as an OKC fan, go ahead, man.
I feel I wonder
It's good. It's
what is the
good.
feeling like around the players organization itself is right now because obviously I think probably majority of players thought oh yeah A-Rod is coming and like he's gonna be fine because A-Rod been to the many games I feel like when he
Anthony
started
Edwards
running
is pretty much
yeah
talking to him like he's his owner for the last 2 years.
yeah so it's I wonder
So,
how it is in the organization at the moment.
I don't understand. It felt like a thing everyone is excited about. He's been to so many games. They pretty much just established the presence of them two being the owners. Uh really, really strange. I, like he couldn't at least just say, "Oh, I want to stay as an advisor or something, some type of role. I want to stay connected to the team." To do something like this is just, yeah,
Yeah,
he's weird for that, man. He's weird for that. I don't know,
yeah.
but that's these types of people tend to get in their own way. Um, we'll see if it has any effect on the team, but it always seems like this is the time of year where the Timberwolves someone just screws with their season.
Well,
I mean, it's still
something
not as
happens.
bad as
Yeah,
last time. Last year was crazy, all in the last day. But um, yeah, we'll continue to monitor and see how that goes. Uh, but yeah, on the court, they should be fine. They should be fine. At the end of the day, they're locked in with the team they have right now anyway, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
they team won't crumble now because stuff that happened. But yeah, we'll see how it goes further
He's going to be
after
like
this
pretty
season.
impressive. It'd be pretty impressive for him to mess this up.
But I wouldn't be surprised at the same time.
Oh yeah, he's got the ability for sure. Yeah, I don't doubt that he's skilled. He's skilled.
Yeah,
He can he can do it. I believe in him. Yeah. Uh, but we're sticking on the topic of poverty. Making our way. I was gonna say making our way east, but they're both technically east anyway. Uh, to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, man. When I first started watching basketball, they were poverty, and now they are, and it's like there's so many different iterations of the team in between. You had the first era, which was they just look like 2K generated players on
yeah.
on the court. Like you couldn't point out any specific player. Actually, no. First, it was when Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce had just got there. That was just
When they
uh
got fleeced by Celtic, basically.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I mean that Danny Ainge was riding off that for the rest of his career.
To
That
be
was
fair, like you can't blame him. You can't
yeah. You
blame him
can't. You
for
can't.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was like the Presti move before Presti.
Yeah,
So you got to give respect where it's due. So you had that. Then you had the next 5, 6 years when they were just completely cooked from that deal. And then they built up to that young team with D'Lo, Karis LeVert,
and
yeah, all of them. They were doing their thing. They leveraged that to attract Kyrie and KD. That whole saga, James Harden. That was this whole weird fever dream of a big three that played like 2 games together.
yeah.
That it always felt like they had the talent to win, but
To be
I
fair,
don't
they
know.
to be fair, like they probably would have won if not injuries, because literally Harden got
Okay,
injured, Kyrie got injured, and then
but more so than that,
KD stepped on the line as well. So it was like,
yeah. And then an underrated part of it is after they traded Harden, that next year. after KD had requested his trade and all the concerns. But you had that brief period where they were clicking again. Uh, and at that point, it felt like they can do something this year for sure. And it felt like a bit of a short sighted move from. I mean, Joe Tsai just kind of felt like he was just done with it. He was like, I don't care about the product on the court. I think he had the quote where he said that, or his son, or whoever, someone connected to him, said that I'd rather lose than deal like win and deal with like these divas and these personalities. And he got his wish. He got his wish. He'd rather lose, and he is losing. He's losing. Uh, they
For
fell
what
for.
reason though? Like, there's no outcome of this losing. That's thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're back to they do well in this. They live in this space of.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say is it mid? It's just bad. It's bad, but like
I
you
think
don't
it's
reap the
worse than
rewards.
mid.
Yeah, you don't reap the rewards of being bad. Because it's not like because remember they traded the picks again. So it's like, and they fell for like 5 games of, and I don't blame him, but Bridges is not that guy. He's not that guy.
Yeah, he's not number one. Like, I
In
feel like
last
at the
year,
start it kind of like there was flashes that oh he could be that guy, but like he's definitely not the guy.
he had a perfect role.
Yeah.
On a contender, he had a perfect role. And it's not his fault. He's not trying to be that guy, but he's just put in a position where he has to at the moment. And it's weird. You're getting all sorts of reports. Now I'm hearing, was it Spencer Dinwiddie had his when he was there? He said he had a rule where he wasn't allowed to have any isolations or pick and rolls. Like I don't know what's going on with that organization,
Even
man.
with when they declined the Jalen Green deal, like they
Oh
refused to
yeah,
trade
oh my
for
goodness.
Jalen Green and picks.
Not even just that, all the deals that they declined
Yeah,
of the last year. Oh my, it's like worse than the Raptors, bro.
yeah, he's definitely up there with the Raptors.
Bro, they were treating him like he was Luca or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Oh yeah, I don't know what they want, man. They could have got a young star. Even if you don't like Jalen Green that much, like you get picks that you get. I mean, I'm assuming they're probably offering some of their own picks back.
yeah, probably yeah.
Yeah, which yeah, I'll take that, bro. Like what? Where are they going now? What are they gonna do now?
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't like imagine like growing up, like being born in like New York area, like growing up there, and you choose to support Brooklyn Nets over Knicks.
you're just trying to be different, man. You're just trying to be different. The only reason why you would do it is maybe if you like no one that grew up in New York is supporting Brooklyn. But maybe if you because my cousin was like this. If you'd like if you'd like migrated from a rival city and you just wanted to support the local team, but you didn't want to support the Knicks because they were a rival to where you came from. Like my cousin was from Boston and he moved to LA, so he supported the Clippers when he was in LA because he wasn't going to support the
Oh yeah,
Lakers.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's the only reason, or you're just trying to be different. Because why
yeah.
why would you choose the Nets? Why would you choose it? I guess
Oh
New Jersey
yeah, yeah,
fans.
yeah. I wanted to say yeah. I would like
Yeah, New
unless like
Jersey
it's
fans.
New Jersey and like you rather support like your local, as football fans would say, than like the Knicks. So yeah,
But I mean, yeah, it's like yeah, I guess RJ Jefferson and Vince Carter fans are crying right now.
Jason
Jason
Kidd as
Kidd.
well. Don't forget him.
Yeah, no, I've been saying Jason Kidd as well. Uh yeah, it's just I don't know. They had it looked like they had a good thing going. If they'd stuck with there's a couple situations they could have stuck with. Um because obviously they had the young team and they weren't going anywhere, but it was enough that there was potential there for them to do something in the East, maybe make like not a deep run, but better than they are right now. And then okay, you come to any franchise, you get given a proposition, you can sign KD and Kyrie. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Whatever you have. Like, let's not lie. There's probably like three teams at that time that wouldn't trade their current roster to have those two on their team. But you know what you're getting into. You know the personalities. You know the makeup of Kyrie and KD. Um, so at that point, you just got to deal with the reality of the situation and just ride it out at the end of the day. So yeah, it's just strange. And now they look bad as well because you're seeing how much Kyrie's thriving in Dallas with them kind of empowering him and no real hiccups. Or they just gave him a commitment and they treat him with respect. And it seems like he's doing well there. They've embraced him. So uh yeah, it just looks worse as well.
Until he promises he will stay and he leaves.
I mean, he signed. I I'm pretty sure he's signing a deal that's probably his last deal. So
Yeah, 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 I know. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
you. I get you. I know. So it's painful. If you guys will have me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh, but I mean, yeah, it's just going round and round about just to say that the Nets are cooked, pretty much,
yeah. And it's
because
like with the picks as well, like it doesn't look good with the picks because like they don't have this year's pick. They might not have next year's pick because it's the pick swap. Then 26 is no pick. 27 as well, pick swap. And it's like swaps, and maybe second rounders, but like they don't have a lot of picks
but
compared
you
to
know
like
what?
other teams that are going down.
Some of these teams, it's like because a lot of these teams that tend to be in the poverty realm, they kind of, I think some of them are self-aware and realize that they don't trust their scouting, they don't trust their front office, so they don't actually think that if I have a pick, I'm not gonna do like I've just drafted like three back-to-back busts. What am I gonna do with a pick anyway? Might as well might as well just trade it.
Yep.
We do better in that late first round area anyway, finding those type talents. That doesn't do much for your ceiling, but they are still in New York. I think now though they're kind of
No, I
cooked
think now
just
they are
because
cooked. When
yeah, now they're
Knicks are
cooked because the
actually good,
Knicks are
they are
good.
cooked now.
Yeah, if the Knicks are good, you're finished, bro. You're finished. Like
Yeah.
no one is signing with the Nets now.
We
Not
literally
unless
like KD signed with the Nets because Knicks were bad. So it's like they had that gap where like they had a chance to be good where Knicks were bad, and now yeah, they finished.
funny thing is though, if you look back like if you reflect now, if KD had joined the Knicks, KD and Kyrie joined the Knicks, that might have been the better. I don't know where their careers would be right now. That might have been the better decision if you look back
Yeah,
at it.
because it's still the
But
Knicks. That's the like, it's the Knicks.
yeah, it's the Knicks. That is the type of move that instantly like revives your reputation because no one can at that point you're bringing back the Knicks
Yep,
and you see how much love Brunson's getting, even like Josh Hart, um,
everyone.
everyone on the team because it's the Knicks is different. It's a different level. You're at MSG 41
Yep.
nights a year. Like that's untouched. So yeah, I'll be honest. I don't wanna assume anything, but I feel like KD definitely has those moments where he thinks, yeah, I should have gone to the Knicks. I don't think
Yeah,
Kyrie does because Kyrie grew up in New Jersey, so it was probably always Nets for him. But yeah, I don't know. KD probably should have gone to the Knicks to be honest.
yep. Well, it is what it is now. And
Yeah.
to be fair, like as I said, like if KD doesn't step on the line, they probably win the title there, and like it's a completely different story now.
Potentially. I mean, it would have served as yeah, he won one without the Warriors. But if you add like if you combine reviving the Knicks, win without the Warriors, like win without Super Team into like one title, that
Yeah,
would have done great. That would have done, and the fact that because that was the point where when they originally signed, they just signed with their current roster, and maybe you could have attracted way more people to the Knicks than the Nets as well.
Hmm.
So who knows? Maybe the Knicks would have been the type of team. But to be honest, I think the Knicks as they're built right now, obviously they can add more pieces, but they fit New York so well.
Yeah,
They fit the fan base, they fit the city, especially players like Jalen Brunson and yeah, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Josh Hart, that grit and that type that those are the type of players they embrace. So maybe KD and Kyrie would have gone there and with the stuff that goes on with the media, maybe it would have gotten a bit messy,
yeah.
but
You never
um
know.
you never know, man. Yeah. But yeah, the Nets are cooked. That's pretty much that's very all right. Arriving where we
Yeah.
started, pretty much the Nets are cooked. Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know where they'd go from there, man. There's nowhere to go, man. God bless that front office, man.
Go back to New Jersey.
Facts, facts. They need to be honest. But like we mentioned at the top, we're going to get into the playoff races, and we kind of split it into different sections because across the bracket, there's lots of movement each and every game. Um, so we will start at the top. We'll start in the East. Not really much of a battle for first there, as your Celtics are running away with it.
Like it's crazy that like we and March and like team already secured the Eastern Conference. Like there's still 10 games and like we're clear, which is like insane.
Mhm. Yeah, I
But
think
like
it's to be commended the type of everyone just talks about the super team or talks about the pressure that comes along with being this good in the regular season, but I've just learned in my time of watching the NBA to trust trends and to trust consistency over the course of a season. Um, it's not a fluke. It's 82 games at the end of the day. Um, Generally, there's a reason why most of the teams that are consistent throughout the year, regardless of if they came into the year with the best talent or otherwise, there's a reason why they got the record that they got. Whether it's injuries, whether it whatever, if you're injured throughout an 82 game season, I'm gonna assume that you'll probably be injured throughout 16 games as well. If you were inconsistent, if you're a bad fourth quarter team, whatever the reason is that you're not having a great record or you are having a great record, I'm gonna trust that over the course of 16 games. So I don't this flipping the switch thing is very rare. I mean, if I
yeah.
what teams have I mean LeBron led teams have managed to do it at times, but you're talking about a top two player of all time being able to will his team through a much weaker East than we have. Well, I'm not sure, but nah, I'm joking. The East has
Yeah.
more good teams now, but regardless, it's impressive what he was able to do. But yeah, it's just uh having 57, being on pace for over 60 wins. That does show that they're on a different level of focus this season. Um, Obviously they just lost last night to the Hawks. Uh, but we won't hold that. Bad nights happen, but for the most part, they're taking care of business. There's not if you look across the both conferences, most of these teams at the top, there's rarely any instances of them playing with their food or playing down to competition. I'd say the Thunder, we do that a little bit, but
I'm
um
pretty sure I would say a lot of Nuggets fans would say that they do that. I think we do
oh
that as
yeah.
well.
Nah, Jokic sleepwalks through those lesser games for sure. I remember when Embiid was still playing, I remember seeing like a lot of Nuggets fans were saying, I wish Jokic would play like this against bad teams. Not even making fun of Embiid, but saying that these are the games he should be using to like get his stats up. But he just
Just doesn't
decides to,
care.
he just
Yeah.
doesn't care. But yeah, it's yeah, the East is interesting because when you look at the East, you see a few teams that I think coming into the year, I thought most people thought that the Celtics would be kind of the team up there, especially after that trade for
Yep.
Drew, the trade for Porzingis and then the trade for Drew. Uh, but there are some disappointments for sure. The Bucks are picking it up now, but they've had a rocky season to say the least.
Well, they just lost two in a row, so
Yeah. Yeah,
We lost as
that's what
well
I'm
to them.
saying. You can say, oh, don't worry, come playoff time, but uh, they've had a whole season. It still doesn't feel like they've figured it out. Um,
Yeah, I would say when Giannis plays and he doesn't like this completely different team. Like we played the Bucks, basically Dame was number one, and like was completely different Bucks team. Whereas like when Dame playing with Giannis, like Dame's completely different, and so it's
mhm.
like yeah. And with Doc Rivers, did he have enough time to figure it out?
Yeah, making a big coaching hire like that in the middle, a coaching change like that on the team that you're hoping will be a contender in the middle of the season is it's not the best. It's not the best decision, especially when you just made a coaching change. Uh, mm, it's eh, let alone Doc's history, which we don't have to get into because we've done it so many times on this on this thing. Uh, but yeah, I don't see it with them. I don't see it with them. I respect Giannis's ability and his greatness. Um, I think the Dame is can be a bit overrated in terms of his playoff history because of course he had the Thunder series, which was still a first round series. And what was the other one? Like the Nuggets in the bubble where he kind of played off like he had a crazy playoffs. He had a quite a wild series. I remember there was
Uh,
when he hit was that no, that wasn't a bubble, right? Because
I wasn't
you
bubble
when he hit that
because
shot, he hit the shot and then like Austin Rivers was like praying because he
yeah,
missed the
because
shot.
pretty sure they still it was not yeah it wasn't a bubble because it was the Warriors against Portland in the conference finals and they got swept.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, I don't see what this I get it. He's hit two game series winning shots, but he hasn't really done anything in the playoffs. And he's had
Well, to be fair,
series.
you can say that, but at the same time, he never had a really good team around him. So it's
No,
like
I'm
he
not
had a good
saying
team, but like he
no,
never
no,
had
no,
like
no. I'm not saying that he should have won more series. I'm saying that he's underperformed in some series.
oh yeah for sure.
Yeah. Like against the Pelicans, they were favored.
Oh,
They were
he
the
got
highest
clapped
seed.
by Drew. He got
Facts.
cooked by Drew.
Like he put the fear of God in him, man. Like yeah. So yeah, I don't see it. And it's just been a clunky fit. It's not been we haven't seen that scary pick and roll that everyone envisioned. Um and yeah, I just don't think they can fix it in this isn't the time of year where you fix things. This is a time
Yeah,
of year where you're speaking and you should have an idea of your identity. No one's coming to save them. And yeah, I don't see it with them. I don't see it with them. And then I would say kind of going more into the rounding out the playoff advantage teams. We got the Knicks and the Cavaliers. Uh, the Knicks, man, the vibes are good. Vibes are real good. Vibes are really good.
yeah. They feeling it right now. Like DiVincenzo has been playing
Oh,
insanely recently. He's been like shooting the ball like so well. And
listen,
I just
when I first watched him in at Villanova, I was just like, this guy's a hooper. This guy's a hooper. I was like, I didn't have any stats to back it or anything like that, but I just knew. I can't remember how old I was, maybe like 16 or something. But I just knew watching it. I was like, he just the way he hooped, it just made me want to hoop. Like he was just a bucket. And then coming to the league, he's found his role. See, now he's having opportunity to score more, but he found his role with different teams, with the Bucks, with the Warriors, as kind of a glue guy as well, and being able to thrive in that type of role. So he's put it together now, and he's really a complete NBA player, like a real good rotational player. So and they just have a team full of just hard workers that they've got a Tibbs team. They've got a Tibbs team. They've
yeah,
got a Knicks.
like he's perfect team for them.
Yeah. And he might need to chill a little bit playing Josh Hart like 50 minutes a game, but which yeah, it's ridiculous. Some of these games like, you don't need to be doing all that. And Josh Hart he's been having some wild start lines, man.
Yeah.
His rebounding at his size uh is nothing short of ridiculous, man. Like he's like a smaller Draymond.
Oh yeah, 100% with his rebounding. Yeah,
Crazy.
100%.
Yeah, I kind of saw flashes of that when he was on the Pelicans. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then the Cavs. Um, yeah, what do you think of kind of can the Cavs? Because
Well, there's Sham reported that Donovan Mitchell is coming back as well. So like literally he could change everything.
oh, for sure.
And like those second through fourth games literally flip and like everything can change because like 2 games like it's nothing, especially like now like when every single game matters. So it's like yeah, it will be interesting to see how it goes because then in the brackets as well like it could change a lot because I feel like I wouldn't mind like Cavaliers to be fourth because they will play Magic there like in the first round. Is like you could see as a easy matchup at the same time. Like people say, you shouldn't ever chase this. Like try to be like set your seed
Yeah, yeah, you shouldn't.
because
Yeah,
that never goes well.
that game never goes well.
So I know,
Yeah.
but like yeah, I feel like duty for as I said, like anything can change now. 2 games is nothing.
And the Magic themselves, they've as I said with consistency over a year, they've been near the top in a lot of the right stats themselves, offensively and defensively. Uh, what I do like about the league right now is it seemed to end the 2010s and to going into the start of the 2020s that following the success with the Warriors, every team had kind of just started to kind of copy the Warriors or be in that type of system. You had the Houston Rockets, which took it to a different level. But now I'm seeing a lot more. We're back to teams having their own identities and just really being different in the way that they play and having their own kind of brand of play. And you see that throughout the East. And also just the difference between the East and the West teams is just you can kind of see a bit of a difference and seeing that with teams like the Knicks. Uh, as we go a bit further down, obviously the Magic, yeah, they've been pretty consistent. Uh,
I feel like Magic will secure the fifth place. I feel like
yeah,
easily for the rest of the season because like as I said, the defense like he's been very being consistent this season. I feel like Jalen Suggs and then Isaac came back and like
Isaac,
those
man,
two.
bro. Jonathan Isaac is a killer on defense, bro. Like obviously he'd missed a couple seasons, so people had kind of forgotten about him. But man, when you see him match up against these players, like he looks like the only solution to. He's like the only savior against Wemby because when you see them match up together, he just
Yep.
doesn't look that small. Like his wingspan's got to be insane, but he's just so versatile and he's just there ready to kind of just take on that challenge of whoever's franchise player. And that's a great asset to have going to a playoff series where you have to hone in on taking away a team's best option. Uh, you can't guarantee you will take away, but he can definitely give someone a bad series for their standards at least. So that's one to monitor going into the playoffs. See who they throw him at. The Pacers,
Looking at Halliburton, like he's been after coming back from injury, he's been different player, completely different player.
boy, oh boy, oh
If
boy,
there was no Siakam, they would be I don't know where they would be because they it doesn't look good. So
bro, it was going
I feel like
from
they will be the team that goes in the play, and I don't think they will keep sixth place because Heat they coming up, but at the same time they're not, and then this Philly and Embiid should be coming back soon as well. So it's like
yeah, Embiid's going on the road trip.
road trip, yeah, yeah.
He looks like he's ramping up to get back started. Um, yeah, but Halliburton, man, that. It went from, oh, he's having an all NBA season, he's gonna narrowly miss it because of the injury. And of course the injury could definitely be having effects on him
Yeah,
and slowing him down, but it is it yeah, it's
especially
like
his 3-point shooting, like his three
yeah,
point went down.
yeah.
So it's like yeah, and I feel
Um
like yeah. So with East is like it's probably gonna be Miami, Philly, and Pacers. Those three teams in the play-in. Like one of those will climb up to six, and then Bulls Hawks. I feel like it's a set match right away
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't think they will reach others, and they don't fall that much that they go out of play-in. So I don't
I've
know.
got nothing to add, man. Talking about the Bulls and the Hawks, just man.
Yeah, yeah, mid.
Yeah. Okay. West Ham. West Ham.
Yeah,
When you start getting to
that
that,
should be more interesting. Yeah,
when you get to that side of the table, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, what am I gonna have for lunch? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's let's flip it. Let's flip it. Let's start in the playing. Let's start in the playing in the West.
Should we
Uh
start with the Rockets Warriors?
yep, Rockets, man. We talked about it last episode. I mean, what Tyree Eason come out to play, but he got cooked, bro. He got
He got
cooked.
cooked by Draymond. Like to be fair, like Draymond is not wrong. Like he haven't played since 1st of January, and
Yeah,
like
why would you?
he's not
I
gonna
just
play.
For him to say something like that, I assumed he was in the rotation, man.
Same, like because I'm not following Rockets at all this season. Like I have no
How are
idea.
you gonna
I
say
assume
that?
like, oh yeah, he's playing. Like at least he
You know
gets
what?
like regular.
Shout out to Tyree Houston. That's my cousin. My cousin. He's like boy. He's one of his friends. But yeah, man, you can't. Nah, you can't say
You
that,
can't
bro.
say that if you don't play.
Yeah, you can't be saying that if you don't
At
play.
least if you have idea,
Never be that guy
like
that
someone like
says that.
Dylan Brooks would have been perfect person to do that.
Yeah, and he was Dylan Brooks was getting cooked, but he was at least like a starter, and he was getting
Yes.
cooked because he wasn't the best player saying it. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you're not even in the rotation. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know. Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, the point is though, they're on the Warriors' heels. Uh, and as we said, they're matching up very soon. So
They won 10 games in a row.
yeah, they've got the best. They've got the best
Longest
streak in
winning
it,
streak. Yeah.
which is, I mean, crazy, 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 and that is highlighted by the production of Jalen Green, who's, as we said last episode, he's a new man right now. He's a father. He's cooking. How many back-to-back games has he had with a no-look three? Like it's crazy. Turnaround three. He's on one.
Yeah.
This is a top three pick. This is a top three pick. He's
100%.
finally he's
This
putting
Jalen Green, yes.
yeah. He's putting it together now. Of course, yeah, Ime Udoka, his coaching, he's pushed them to a level where I think it was early in the season, he was saying that we keep getting punked by these teams that are not like they're not about that life. And he instilled in them after he said that, it's like every other game, whenever there's any bit of beef, they're just coming in like
Yep.
on business, on smoke. So uh he's brought that culture to the team. And yeah, the Warriors, man, they're looking, bro. Draymond Green, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about this guy. I really don't because it's not cute anymore, man. He's not in his this isn't like the early Warriors that oh yeah, like bro, you're a vet.
Yeah.
You're the oldest players in the league. You're in your mid
Yeah.
30s, bro. And you don't have any like self-control.
He got lucky the day against, was it against the Hawks where he grabbed by like Patty Mills by the throat or something like that, and like he got
Yeah,
lucky with
bro.
that one.
What? What's wrong with this guy, bro?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no,
He,
bro was sleeping. Bro was he was doing what I used to do when I was on the Zooms. in lectures,
Yeah.
bro. He had a Zoom on what I don't know what he was doing, bro. He had a Zoom on what he was watching UFC or something.
Yeah.
Therapy.
I don't think he used those lectures or
Yeah,
what
we went to the
therapy, whatever.
same. You went to the same therapy facility as Ja, apparently.
Probably.
Yeah, Ja last season when he when he went for 2 days.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the Warriors, man, it's looking real bleak. He had the audacity to do this game, bro. Curry's a better man than me, bro. He's got some next level patience, man. God bless him, because that's crazy. But
And it's
yeah,
been going on like it was his fourth ejection this season. It's like, come
bro,
on, like,
He's closing in on Rashid, bro.
which is mental.
Yeah, I think he's only like six away from Rashid. You
And
know.
if you know how wild Rashid was, like, you know that this stat is insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he's on one, bro. He's on one. And then just on the court, the Warriors have no offensive option. There's an
Yeah,
option outside of Steph. Like
yeah,
if Steph's having a bad night, so it's over. Andrew Wiggins, where are you, bro? Where are you? What happened? What happened, bro? Like the Andrew Wiggins that they won a championship with, he's gone.
yeah. He's definitely not there anymore. So it's like,
Just think about that year though. Like look outside that year and then just look at that year. He was an all-star starter, whether legitimate or not. He was an all-star starter and probably the second best player on a championship team. And yeah, that's completely gone. Uh I mean they were looking for pods for some for some production for a while because Clay is just he's done. He's at the point where he's even acknowledging it himself, which is fair enough. He went through the injuries, but the fact of the matter is he's not that guy anymore. You can't rely on
nope.
Draymond for that. I mean, you've never really had to, but especially now, they don't have any identity on either side. Even Steve Kerr, he looks over it. When he was asked about Draymond's ejection, he said, "Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. He deserved it." Yeah, and
Yeah.
Curry was in tears, bro. And I
I
don't
don't
think,
was like, I don't understand what happened there. Like, was Curry so upset with Draymond? Like, what?
I don't think that those tears were about that game, bro. I think
Yeah,
those
I
tears.
feel like there's definitely something else going on.
No,
That, like, but
I think that was when it really clicked for him that this is over. That like he's not winning another ring. I
yeah,
think that's really when it clicked. Like, man, if like if this guy had the maturity of like at least a 15-year-old, I might have like 7 rings right now. I'd probably have KD on my team still.
yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know. It's wild, man. I don't yeah. Yeah. We went from talking about them and the Lakers going back and forth to now they might be home in April. So boy. But yeah, moving on up, as I just mentioned, the Lakers. They're just they do look like a sleeper team right now. Because everywhere you look, Bron has just sat out a game or two, and it just seems like all that cast that contributed in the playoffs last year are starting to slowly get their rhythm back and kind of resemble where they were in that run. Uh, I think see Reeves is back to kind of what he was. AD putting up crazy stat lines again. Um, D'Lo, of course, D'Lo, his value sky high. I don't even know if they're gonna be able to keep him at this rate. Uh, and then even Rui Hachimura just went off. I think he had like 30 and 10 or something like that. So yeah, I think they they could they could potentially take that 8th seed. Uh,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
outside of the
yeah.
realm of possibility. Um, and then yeah,
Too close
moving
to
up.
yes.
Yeah, the Kings.
The Kings are so like
Yeah, they're weird.
the team. Like I followed the Kings this season because of course of Sabonis and like they are so weird this season. They lose games where they easily should win, and
Uh,
they win games that they probably have no right to win. Like it's insane. Like they're so weird. Like if they win all their easy games, they would be easily like sixth, fifth seed, like clear. But like because they lose games against like Wizards and stuff, and they struggling against Grizzlies with no one playing, is like that's the thing. But they're playing good against very good teams, so it's like
yeah,
uh,
and
I
that's the thing, though. Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about earlier. Is that you have to believe what you see in front of you, and I've fallen victim to it over many years as an OKC fan, is seeing all those teams of Russ and PG or Russ and KD. Well, not Russ and KD. They were like whenever they were healthy, they were conference finals at least. But Russ and PG, it would be a year where I'm like, oh, but when they play against the Warriors, they blow them out. Or when they play against this team, they blow them out, but we lose to the Kings back then. And no, that's a focus thing, and that's a thing that you need as a championship team. You need that focus, and if you can't be consistent, yeah, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be 6 through 8 or lower. So,
I feel
um,
like with the Kings' biggest
yeah.
X factor is Malik Monk
Oh yeah,
because sometimes he will be 1 from 10, and you can see that the Kings are struggling then. And
yeah,
if Malik Monk's playing well, they're probably winning. I feel like he's the X factor for them
hmm,
to win games. And to be fair, Keon Ellis, he's been in the rotation recently, and their defense just rocketed. Like they went up to like 15 throughout the year, where like first half of the season they struggled defensively, but like Keon Ellis is that's like anchor for them now. So
yeah.
I don't know, like it's Kings are well, as I said, like they're a weird team, but like
Yeah, let's just
yeah,
take a second as well, just to shout out Sabonis because the discourse around him is pretty nasty. I understand that he didn't have the best playoff series last year,
it's
but
literally just because of that series.
yeah, but like to it's like the discourse is yeah, no, that was crazy, but he's Sabonis though, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, he just became the fifth player to have 25 triple doubles in the season
Yeah.
as a big as a big man. Um,
And he overtook Kevin Love for most double doubles, consecutive double doubles, and he could break Olajuwon's record for most double doubles in the season as well.
crazy. And he's a young player as well. I just don't understand the difference in the coverage between him and other players at his position.
I wouldn't say he's young. He's
No, he's
literally
not
like
that.
reaching his peak now. He's
He's
28.
no, I mean he's I mean not young, but like young enough that you can talk about him with his peers
He's
and
literally
he's
peaking right now. Like he's literally peaking
yeah,
right now. Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't understand the difference in the coverage because he can still yeah, I don't know what it is that yeah,
It's
it's
just
weird.
because he's European. Like we know that.
Yeah, you have to win finals MVP to start getting respect if you're
Yep.
European.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so now we got yeah, more in that battle for the sixth spot to exit the play in the Suns and the Mavs. The Mavs, I think we already mentioned they're on the uptick for sure. Uh like Kyrie and Luca just looking like a match made in heaven now at this point. Um yeah, they're just hooping, man. They're just hooping. I don't really have too much more to say because we already mentioned last episode. The Suns, however, another team like the Bucks who are not obviously they're not not third, they're not second like the Bucks, but this is not it's you're just looking at and you're thinking, where like
Yeah.
even the best version of them is just not going to do anything. And like Bill on a no trade,
Grayson Allen has been one of the best players of the team. Grayson Allen.
and it's like at this point I'm like KD definitely sold his soul for those 2 rings, man, because
Yep.
the type of seasons that he keeps having with every team since has been crazy, bro. Um, Bill, I would not go anywhere near. as bad as the Wizards are, I'm sure that they're gassed that they don't have Beal on a no trade clause anymore.
Yeah,
I don't care. Poole, who else? Who else is on a big contract? Gobert
King.
before, still Gobert's kind of revived his reputation. Beal's got the worst contract, bro, because that money on a
Yeah,
no trade, that's the worst contract in the league. I don't care. People saying Poole, nope. Beal has the worst contract in the league, even before the injury. That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. Curry doesn't have a no trade clause. LeBron doesn't have a no trade clause. Jokic doesn't have a no trade clause. I could go down the list. That's ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. I don't know how they let you trick the how you let the Wizards trick you into that deal. That's crazy. Um,
yeah, but I wouldn't surprise if it stays like this, like at the end of the season.
yeah,
But I feel like it will be just. I think, like as you said, Mavs are peaking and like they will stay six, and then
mm,
Phoenix and Kings will battle for the seventh spot in the
yeah.
playing. So
Okay. And more in raising up a bit, we got the Clippers and the Pelicans battling it out for that last play home court advantage spot. As we said, the Clippers have just slided all the way
Russ
down.
was the key, 100%.
Russell,
Russ was the key for their success because
yeah,
since Russ got injured, they've been falling down.
they've been sliding, man. And you see it more than anything in those. I don't know why they keep getting them. The Clippers need to reach out to the league, but they seem to always get those afternoon Sunday games.
Yeah,
And when they do, they have no energy. And Russ was always that guy that it's just contagious. You're going to turn up for those games. And those games matter. Obviously, the big games against the other contenders, you're naturally you're circling that on the calendar and you're going to be ready for that. But those that Saturday night game, that Sunday afternoon game against the Pistons or whoever, like that those are the games that as a contender that tests your mental endurance to get up for. And the Clippers just don't have that. As Harden said, they got no identity. Ty Lue said their identity is that they're soft. A lot of that is Russ. Russ was clearly the leader of that team, and they've
yeah.
got him back now. And fair enough to him, he's battling it out. He's pretty much playing with a broken hand like a cast. And I've witnessed him do things like that before, but I don't know if it might be too late for them to get that back.
Especially
It's
in
tough.
Pelicans are peaking now. Pelicans are playing so well, and like I wouldn't be surprised if it will be 4-5, but it will be Pelicans home court.
Yeah, I mean they're basically just battling for who's gonna be home court in their series against
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other. Uh so but boy, as much as it doesn't really matter, I guess, and you're playing the same team, the Clippers, they need the confidence right now. They need
Yeah.
to they need to finish well because it seems every promising season they have, by the time they get to this point, something derails them, and then yeah, they just fall off at this point of the season. So they need that in this stretch that they do now have Russ back. They need that more than anything. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if they can get that back. And yeah, the Pelicans, as we said already, the Pelicans, Zion, but all everyone else contributing, Herb Jones, everyone else contributing to that success right
Yeah.
now. They're just
Without
continue
BI as well.
without Bi. I'm not. What's his timetable with returning? I'm not
Pretty sure like
familiar.
it was like 2 weeks. Oh,
Right.
he'll be back.
Uh, yeah, they're just rolling. So I don't know, man. Yeah, that's not the best. And they've not matched up too well with the Pelicans either. So it's not looking good for them there. And then now we finish out right at the top of the West, which is where everything is happening right now. Uh, they've been flip-flopping. There's half a game between those three spots. Uh, Thunder are currently at third, Timberwolves at second, and the Nuggets at the top spot. The Nuggets obviously they made it clear that they are fighting for that top spot. They want that, so and that's clear in they're 8-2 in their last 10. Um, the Timberwolves they've not slid as much as people might have thought that they would with the loss of Cat. Ant has stepped up. Um, I don't know how this ends, man. I really don't.
I feel like this will be literally the last day of the season will decide who gets which spot
Yeah.
because
And
it's
there's
so
all
close.
types of tiebreakers going on in that as well.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
think,
like
yeah, I think the Thunder with wins with season matchups, I think the Thunder have the best record against pretty much all of those teams. So I think the only Western Conference team I can think of that we didn't win or at least tie the season series with is like the Lakers. Uh, but also I think it's not just that. There's tiebreakers. So there's head to head. There's uh, is it divisional or conference kind of overall record?
yeah.
Um, yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it. So I'm not gonna. When we get closer to it, when we're like the last week or whatever, we'll kind of look and see exactly what each game means. But
It's
um,
like
yeah,
division leaders head to head. It first goes division leaders and then goes head to head. Then division one lost and then conference one lost. It's like
yeah,
it goes all the way to the net point, so you never know how it's gonna end.
and the Thunder Shea's a bit banged up. But I think this goes right down to the wire. Uh,
Literally, we can probably speak on it next week when it's even probably the
we're gonna
same
continue to
thing.
yeah, this will be a recurring topic for sure. But we are running out of time, so we've reached the end of this podcast of this episode. We're gonna continue because this is just an evergreen topic that we're just gonna keep going into. As we get closer and closer to the playoffs, man, I can't wait for these playoffs, bro. Like on both sides, this is gonna be elite ball. Yeah. But that is the end. I'm Josh Masoti, joined by,
But now, because
and that was For God Talk Podcast. We are out.